We got El Guapo, Chris Gutierrez, back here on the program. He was coming off a unanimous draw, I should say, against Cody Durden at UFC Vegas 5 back on August 1st. Chris, how's it going, man?
It's going good, man. How you been?
I've been well. Really crazy fight over the weekend, opening up the UFC Vegas 5 card. How did you feel overall in the fight? I know you would have liked the win, but a draw is definitely better than a loss.
Definitely, a draw is better than a loss. But man, I got two draws on my record, and that both of those, not being biased, I was winning both of those, and I don't know, just come up on the shit end of the judges' scorecards, honestly.
Well, I think what this fight comes down to is a couple things. The first round, that was one where it seemed like the judges had scored that at 10-8 for him. Did you feel like you were in any danger in that round? I mean, he had you in some good spots, but you managed to survive and get out of the round. Did you feel like he was, you were potentially being close to being finished in that round or not?
No. Even when he I take full responsibility for that. First round, I don't even know what to tell you. I felt like I was sleeping. I didn't wake up till I was like face down in the body triangle, about to be choked. That's when I woke up like, oh shit, like I'm in the fight. Like it's happening now. I rolled back to my back and after that, it was only like a minute and a half left. But even with me like not physically, like not mentally being there, he couldn't even finish me. So it's like he didn't do anything. He just had my back. So I wore him like a backpack for 4 minutes, and that's a 10-8. But all the damage that I did, especially in the third round, I dropped him twice in the third round. That's not a 10-8. Come on, now be fair. If you're going to score a 10-8 for him sitting on my back, give me a 10-8 for me beating his ass too,
Yeah, I think would you have an easier time if it was a draw, if he was like pummeling shots on you and it was close to being stopped, as opposed to him, getting a submission hold, but like you said, you got out of it, so it's not even like it did any damage, right?
Exactly. Listen, if he was whooping my ass and just putting it on me, hey, props to you. You were whooping my ass. First round, you got the round. You took my back, but you didn't do anything. Anything. How was that a 10-8? How's that a 10-8? He got so lucky. The judges messed up. Ultimately, that's what happened. One of them started looking on his phone and was like, oh, well, I don't know, 10-8.
Yeah, it was interesting that they scored that round the 10-8 and not the third round. I agree with you because you dropped him twice, so it was one of those interesting things where if they're scoring it one way in the first round, why not the second? And if anything, you have more of an argument because you actually dropped him as opposed to, which can do damage, as opposed to a submission where I know it sucks being in a submission hold, but at the same time, it's not doing a lot of damage, right?
Exactly. I mean, look, second round, Jesus Christ, going back and playing the fight is like, I didn't do the things I should have done. I should have did more. That's my, and I have to go back and I have to fix that, and that will be addressed, and it was addressed, and that'll be fixed. I'm a professional, and I'll do that. We'll do our part, but we can't deviate from the fight. The fight already happened. It is what it is. I was whooping his ass the second round, dropped him with a body shot, right? Then I accidentally kicked him in the nuts, so he got a little break. He escaped. Then I put him in a submission, almost finished him. Okay, but that's not a 10-8. Cool, 10-9, fine, cool. Third round. Are you kidding me? I obliterated him. And nothing, 10-9. It's like, okay. Even Dominick Cruz on the commentary was like saying, Chris is physically hurting him, physically doing damage. That counts. That should count more than position. You're physically hurting someone. That counts more than a position. It wasn't like a position all over it wasn't like he was just dominating me in every aspect of the game. He was on my back. I don't know. I don't even know what to say, honestly.
Well, I wanted to mention a couple things about that. I mean, I think, a lot of people watching that felt like, you were in a lot of trouble in that first round. And I'm not saying that because of the judges, but I'm just saying, do you take a positive out of that, knowing that I think some fighters in the position you were in that first might have gotten finished, but you were able to survive. And I'm sure that speaks to not only your experience as a fighter, but also the coaching you've had. Like, you must feel pretty good, at least, that you got out of a situation like that.
Yeah, of course. I'm sure everybody. I'm sorry, these gummies are good, man.
Yeah, no worries.
Have you tried these? These things are awesome.
I haven't. I'm up in Canada. We're a little bit sheltered, but they're very good. Are they CBD gummies or the THC ones?
Yeah, they are. They're Vital Minds CBD cherry bombs.
Oh,
Damn,
good.
delicious.
Okay. Yeah.
I'm sorry. Okay.
No worries. You got me interested. Now I gotta try and get some over the border. We'll see what happens. But no, glad to get you relaxed here because it's obviously a tough topic to talk about, right? So
Honestly, I like I said, we train really hard. I train with the best team in the world for a reason, and we are the best team in the world. And it goes to show, like anybody else, I feel would, like you said, a lot of people would have got finished in that position. Especially you get put in a body triangle and you're face down. That's a hard position to get out, man, especially when you're all stretched out. And for me to just come back from that shows a lot as to, like, my fight IQ and, everything that has to do with the fight game, but also, like, our training. So I am proud of that. I am proud that I did. I mean, of course, who wouldn't be proud that they didn't get finished, right?
Yeah, of course. Well, it was kind of neat to see that, you were able to get out of that. Cause I think I was watching and I was like, like this isn't looking good, but you managed to get through it. And like I said, there's always a positive you can take out of the fights like that. I saw you got a photo with Dominick Cruz. Did you speak to him after the fight as well?
I did. I spoke to Dominick Cruz and he was even like, he said verbatim, he said, I can see how they might have scored it a 10-8. I can see, but at the same time, I don't know how they did that.
Well, that must make you feel good. Former bantamweight champion, whose job is to analyze fights, had your back. I think that's pretty cool.
Yeah, and he even said, "Look, like at the end of the day, you shouldn't have stayed in there so long." And I was like, "Look, that's my fault. No excuses." But he was like, "But also like second and third round, like you were murdering him." I just don't see how the refs. And that's where I got it from. I just don't see how the refs went one way but not go across the board all the way. You know what I mean? It's like they benefited him, but yet they didn't they weren't 100% truthful on my side. So it's like, you got to be across the board, man. If you're going to do one for one, you got to do it for the other. And so coming from him, it meant a lot because it was like he's the one there analyzing. Like I said, that's his job, is to analyze it. He did. He didn't sugarcoat it. He wasn't like, oh, no. I can see you wore him for an entire round. I did. But even he said, I just don't see how that's a 10-8. I don't. I can see why and how they could have, but I just don't think that was right.
Did you talk to Cody and his team after the fight at all? Have you guys spoken?
No. I don't really get along with I hate to say it, people like him. He's like flashing his money and like, oh, this and that. Get out of here. One of those posers. Listen, if we run it back again, I will murder him. It wasn't a good night. But it goes to show, even on a good night, even not on my best night, I can hang. I can hang, and I can dish it out. If I get you on a good night, I'll do damage to you. So he got lucky. He escaped. But whatever, if he sees this and we run it again, I will murder him. Even his coaches were saying, you guys won the fight. It was like, we got lucky. We'll take it. What is it? The Lima brother, whatever his name is, Douglas or Diego, whichever one was there.
I think it was Diego,
Diego was like, we'll take it, but you guys won it.
Okay, that's interesting. Did you speak to the UFC at all, or has your management? Because it was still a good fight. I mean, it's unfortunate the result, I guess. But what have you spoken to the UFC at all?
No, they were happy. I mean, it was a good fight. Don't get me wrong. It was an action fight. But other than that, no. I'm just ready for the next one.
You mentioned Jonathan Martinez. That was one of the things we talked about going into this fight, was that this was the first time, with as long as you guys have known each other, that you guys got to fight on the same card. I know he missed weight, which was a bummer. Did that impact you at all? I mean, I didn't look like it in the fight, but I'm just, just as a friend of yours, kind of maybe feeling for him a bit, that he had a tough time going into the fight. Was that something that crossed your mind at all during your fight?
No. Before the fight, yeah. I felt bad. Man, the guy lost 30%. I know Jonathan. I know him on the athlete level, but I also know him on a personal level. So I know everything he's been going through, things he's going through now. So 30%, man, that's people may not think 30% is nothing, man. That 30% killed him. And so I felt for him a little bit because, he's got a family. He's got stuff he's got to pay and things he's got to take care of. So, I felt for him on that. But, no, I can't make excuses. During fight night, we both were game. We both knew we had jobs to do.
Yeah. That makes sense. By the way, I want to clear something up because I remember our last interview, you said that Jonathan was making you dinner, and then Jonathan apparently said it wasn't the case, and he sent me a video showing that you were actually making your own food. So what happened there? I got to
No. Okay. Jonathan was cooking food, and I said, yo, make me some too. So he ended up making me food. Towards the end, I got hungry again. I started making me some more food.
Okay. So we have an update here. Okay. Because I didn't hear about that part.
No, so he's just, man, listen, you got to listen. You can only believe half of what Jonathan says. Okay?
Yeah, and the other thing I was going to kind of mention about Jonathan, I've met him, you obviously know him quite well. He's a really nice guy. I mean, the fighter that we see in the cage is not necessarily the guy we see outside the cage. He seems like, super nice guy. How's he dealing with, because I spoke to him about this, I just interviewed him before I spoke to you. He's obviously getting a lot of flack on social media. Have you given him any advice on that? Because I know he's a guy that, is probably not used to that, having people go after him for something that, was an unfortunate incident in him missing weight.
Oh, man, they're shredding him on the internet. I just told him, man, at the end of the day, man, the only people you listen to is your family and your coaches. And, and he knows, but we spoke to him, but I even told him too on a personal level, like, look, as a professional, this is who we are. This is what we do. Your weight is, unfortunately, we're in a weighted sport, a weight category sport. He knows, he takes full responsibility. He's not one to make excuses. He knows what he's got to do. It'll never happen again.
When are you looking to get back in there? I'm sure, after what happened on Saturday, you're probably wanting to, get a fight here pretty soon.
I want next month.
Next month? Okay, awesome. And any idea who you would like to fight next? Any opponents?
None. Let's go.
Just leave it up to your manager?
Yeah, let's go.
And I heard you're going back to Texas later this week. What is the plan for the next little bit as far as some downtime? Because you deserve it, man. This was a long camp and everything. Visit family, do a little seminar while I'm out there, and most importantly, just get the time with the family. It's been a while since I got to see them, and still doing the thing with the custody battle, still going through that. So I'm just taking it day by day, That's all I can do. If I do anything else, I'll go crazy, and we don't want that. Right. Or how long are you actually going back to Texas for? Do you have a plan of how long you'll stay there and then come back to Colorado, or just until you get your next fight?
No, I'm going for a week. I'm just going for a week, and then I'm back at it, back on the grind. Man, I'm trying to get in there. Man, this fight lit a fire under my ass. I was not, even though I'm getting all the love and support from people all over great fight. You got robbed. Listen, I know I did. I know I got robbed, but I'm disappointed in myself. I'm disappointed in my performance. That's, like I said, that's my own. I'm my own worst critic. And so I feel sorry for the next guy. That's all I can say.
Always a great interview, Chris. Really appreciate the time, man. Hope you get to enjoy your time off here. It's well deserved. Just remind people where they can find you on social media, and I'm sure you got some sponsors and some thank yous. The floor is yours.
Yeah, I want to thank all my sponsors. Thank you so much. Vital Minds, you guys came in handy with this one. My management team, Iridium Sports, Jason House, my team, Factory X, Mark Montoya, my family, and all my supporters and fans all over Guatemala, Colombia, all Latin America. Thank you for all the love and support, and thank you for having me on.